Hello guys and welcome. Actually, I should really have set up this game capture before, but I guess I didn't, so that's being set up now. There! My mic keeps falling, so just trying to sort that out. So here we are on Train Sim World. And unlike last time, we had really poor quality, again, like with Dirt 4. Now with the new PC, this should all be fixed. So, today I wasn't totally sure what we're actually going to do. Got about, an hour, haven't we? So what do I do with it? What do I do with the time that we have? So, I've played this map a lot before, so I know how to run the train and all that stuff. So, what we got on the journeys, actually, let's have a look at the journeys. So maybe we can do the first couple of these, possibly. Yeah, we're doing the East Coastway Map, so it's Brighton to Eastbourne, I think it. No, I'm pretty sure it's Brighton to Eastbourne, and there's a little branch off to Seaford as well, off after Lewes. So there's plenty of stuff we can do. So I think I'm not going to bother doing the introduction because I know to drive the train. So we can either step straight into doing some timetabled services, or we can do a little scenario. I'm thinking maybe let's do a route from Seaford down to Brighton, and then we'll see how we're running for time from there. So the 10:24 Seaford to Brighton, let's just load this in now. It's about 40 minutes, 35 minute scenario, and then we'll see what we're looking at for time after that. Maybe we'll do like a 15-minute scenario or something. I don't know. We can work it out, whatever we're doing. So here we are loading in. Takes a bit of time to load in. This game runs so well now on this PC, though. It's much improved, so hopefully we can have some nice recording quality. Dirt 4, massively enjoyed doing that. Here we are in Seaford. So first thing to do, actually, before I unlock the doors, let's get the train set up, actually. It's probably a better idea. Nope. Right, so we've got, obviously, the use... Oh, yeah, the master key. That's the most important thing, I think, isn't it? And forward. Right, we want to... Right, F, is it? How do I get up? How do I get up? I thought it was C or E. There you go. So, AWS and Vigilance can go on. I'm not exactly sure what the DSD is totally, so we'll just leave that off. I'm gonna press Q. It'll reset both alarms. So we can release the doors now and load passengers on. And then first stop is Bishopstone, and then on to Newhaven Harbour, Newhaven Town, South Ease, South Ease, Lewes, Falmer, Moulsecoombe, London Road and Brighton. It's scheduled journey time of about 35 minutes. So I look outside, lovely little train. Looks like the destination board's already set up. The tail lights are working, that's good. And this thing does have a pretty cool, it's a speed set, like a cruise control, if you like. So we'll use that once we get out of the 20 zone of the station. So we'll lock doors, and we can signal to the guards or something, I don't know. It doesn't really matter what we do there, but I just like doing it. So, use the numpad to get going. This thing, very quick accelerator, and it's very quick. In terms of braking as well, it's a nice train to drive. So we are on the way to Brighton. Lovely route this actually. It's one of the best routes they've ever made for train sim. Right. Full power now. We can set the speed set as the speed limit goes up to 70. I know it hasn't turned to 70 yet, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It has now. And it does look lovely, this game. So... And Dirt 4, hopefully we can do some more next week. Now, I haven't got any more time to stream on this PC. Well, pre-recorded stream, you know what I mean. For a bit of time, but... Actually, the station's coming up. We're going quite slowly, so we can brake, you know, a bit further into the platform, can't we? I mean, really, a tip for this sort of game, you want to be at about 30 when entering the platform. It's quite a good guide, that. If you're around 30, then, you know, anything under 30, between 20 and 30 is ideal. Then you should make the platform easy enough. We're meant to get here at 10:28, or maybe it's leave, I'm not sure, but we're roughly on time. Obviously it did take us a little bit of time to get off at Seaford to open the door, so I'd expect to be slightly... I probably could have been a bit less cautious on the braking as well. Yeah, this is Bishopstone. Next station is New Haven Harbour. That was it. And then it's New Haven Town. Those two are very close together. The speed limit is 70 still, so we can keep the same speed set once we get going. But yeah, I do really like this map. It's a cool little map. I have good fun playing this game. Close the doors. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. As they say in New York. Right, off we go. And I'll use the speed set to sort of determine what's going on. A little flyby shot here. Take a little screenshot. Cool. So for now we're on like a sort of single track. It goes to double track a bit further up. We've got a little AWS warning there to say there's a 20 limit coming up. We've got a little whistle sign. As we go across the level crossing, there might be some more level crossings up here as far as I remember. Not sure about that though. Maybe it's further on the route. Alright, we're going to have to start slowing down for 20 limit up here now. So I'll go down to power 0. And then start slowing down about now, I think. We might be we're a bit late for the 20 limit, but I think we might be. Possibly. Where does the 20 limit start? Oh, I think we're okay. We're okay. The 20 limit doesn't start until up there, so we're okay. We're a bit early, actually, which is quite nice. Now approaching New Haven Town. Change here for some ferries. New Haven Harbour, sorry. Speed limit between the next station now is 35, so we'll set the speed set down to 35. Gentle braking into the platform. It's quite a gentle platform, this one. And there's the 4-car marker. So I want to stop about there. This is New Haven Harbour. Welcome on board the Southern Service to Brighton. Calling at New Haven Town, Southeast, Lewes, Falmer, Moulsecoombe, London Road, and Brighton. There you go, a little announcement for passengers. You can't actually do an announcement. I'm not even sure where the PA button is in this thing. I don't think it works. It'd be cool if it did, obviously. It'd be cool if you could do little PA announcements. So that's the PA system down there. Look, but you can't, it's not active, sadly. It'd be pretty cool if you could. So we've got about a minute here now to wait, as you can see on the top left UI. So we're a little bit early. I like to set off about a couple of seconds early before it gives us this thing, because it doesn't actually matter. This is when it will give us our next station waypoint. So if you depart 10-15 seconds before it is okay. So to try and maintain being on time, I like to, about about 15 seconds before, so say about now, I like to close the doors, so by the time this time expires, we're already on the way out of the station. Right, the speed limit isn't quite 35 yet. As you can see, it's a very short distance between New Haven Town and New Haven Harbour. It's just 500 yards. We can actually set this back to 70, I think. I'll just do it manually between here and New Haven Town. There is no, for such a short station distance, there's no point using the cruise control. I mean, literally, like, as soon as we get up to 35, the next station's basically there. And we should pass another one at Southeast, because sometimes this train misses out Southeast. Only 1 in 2 Seaford services stop there, so the Seaford service is an every half-hour line, but at least in real life, Southeast only gets an hourly service. But as far as I remember, actually, I might have remembered, I think in the game, it does still get every Seaford train, so half-hourly, unlike real life. But the most of the timetables I looked on National Rail, they are realistic, so this 10:25 from Seaford, there's slight differences, so they're maybe 1 or 2 minutes apart in certain stations and that sort of thing, but the general, like the time they depart Brighton and the time they arrive in Seaford are roughly the same, to the nearest minute or 2 minutes, pretty much. Let's say to the nearest 2 minutes. So they're pretty accurate. Obviously the station to station times are a bit different because of how, well, we're in the train sim world, not the real world. So different, distances, things like that, they're not going to be exact, are they? We can pretty much go now. Ease the train away and then up to full power. And hopefully in a little bit the speed control will be back up to 70. Next stop Southeast in 2.5 miles. And there are some freight services on this line, so we could drive a freight train, the class 66, I think it's called. Yes, pretty sure. Say hello to him. Right. I know there's no speed limit change until Southeast, so we can just whack it up to 70 and leave it there, which is nice. So I can just sit back and relax now. That's what's nice about the cruise control in this train. Not many trains have it. It's a cool little thing. But yeah, I mean, this is, as I said, is definitely my favourite of the train sim add-ons. This train sim world is so much better than train sim. Because train sim, I always thought they chucked out add-ons every week, Dovetail, and they're always £25, a lot of them, and they're just not good. Sometimes they can even be really short routes. Like there was a maglev route that got released that was like 10 miles for £25, and it's just like, no. But with these ones, they release them less often, and you can tell from the detail they actually put the work in. Unlike train sim, these routes do have nicer feels to them, and they're only £25. They're not any more than what they charge for train sim. So they're better value, definitely, than the train sim ones. Lots of whistle signs along this route. I know I've been horning when there's less whistle signs. And that's because these level crossings, I like to whistle at all of them, even if there's no sign. You know, safety first. So who doesn't like sounding the horn of a Class 377? Like, I do like the Class 377. It's a nice electric locomotive. No. Train. Whatever. Alright, so we've got idle here. We're approaching South East. We're about a minute early, actually. We should meet another train here. Sometimes you can get a service on this game going from Seaford to Lewes, and that continues on to London Victoria in real life, but obviously that's not modelled in this route. But that one's going up to Seaford, obviously. Hello, welcome to South East, everybody. Nice fast part of the line, that, and the speed limit for the next part of the line is back up to 70, so we're okay. A bit slow on the braking, possibly coming in there, but we're still on time, so we're okay. This is South East. Next station, Lewes. This is like where we join the main line now. So far we've been on the Seaford branch line. Up at Lewes we join the main line that goes to Hastings. And the trains that go to Hastings between Lewes and Brighton, I think they only stop at Falmer. I'm not sure where else they stop. Some of them maybe stop more, and some of them are actually direct. Because you can get fast and like semi-fast, I think. As far as I'm aware. I haven't done many of the Hastings routes. I tend to do a lot more of the branch line. I quite like this branch line. And there's also a little commuter service you can do just between Lewes and Brighton. Lewes being the next stop up here. And the speed limit does go down up here. On the way out from Lewes, it's kind of an odd one. There's a junction, so it puts down the speed limit from 70 down to like 40 and then back up to 70 suddenly. It's really silly. But going into Lewes, following the speed limit is a much better idea because it goes down to 20 a little bit after, because Lewes is full of junctions. There's like a 4-platform station, but it's got quite a few junctions and that sort of thing round it. So it's a good idea to go quite slowly into Lewes. It's not a main station, but it's getting on for one. I don't know why we got an AWS alert there, or maybe because of the changing speed limit. To get vigilance alerts, I think in the default game, I'm not sure if they have the same key binding. I can't remember whether I've changed it. AWS, I know is Q by default. Vigilance reset, I cannot remember. It might be Q by default, it might be something else. I've got it mapped to Q, so no matter what alarm goes off, I can press the same button, which is a little bit easier. And that's why vigilance doesn't go off for me as much, is when I hit AWS it resets the vigilance timer. Because I'm not sure what the vigilance timer is on this train, but it's normally about a minute to 2 minutes on a train. And if you don't touch the controls, not horn obviously, I'm talking things like throttle, that sort of thing, and obviously resetting the vigilance without it going off, that also resets it. It'll sound like a beep. It's not like a ah, which is the AWS. That's AWS because of the changing speed limit. Because it goes off for changing speed limits and it goes off for yellow and red signals. So we're not going to slow down too much. So about just do some gentle deceleration, and that's obviously the sign for all clear on the AWS. That that's to tell us there's a green signal. Slowed down a little bit earlier actually. Still 200 yards out. As I said, better safe than sorry, isn't that really? The main line speed up here is still 70 after Lewes. See, it goes up to 60, but as far as I remember, it goes down like straight away anyway. Because we're not very far from Lewes. Nope, never mind. So we have a little bit of time when we can speed it up. I'm going to do that to make sure we can stay on time. So you slow down, then you speed up again is the point. It's a bit odd. So there's the AWS to tell us we need to slow down again. And there's also a 20 warning now. So after it goes to 40, it quite quickly drops to 20. I'm not sure how quickly, but it's definitely quite soon, as we now approach Lewes Station. Oh, it's still 600 yards until it goes down to 20. It's noticeable when the speed limit goes down that low, and the speed limit out of Lewes might even be like 15. It's 15 for way too long though, I have noticed that. So there we go, we're turning to the left, so we'll probably be platform 3 at Lewes, because platform 4 is for the shuttle, that leaves, I think, at about 10:50 it'll leave. And I think it leaves at 50 and 20. Because what's really nice about this map as well, is the AI tend to be quite infrequent in other maps, because they're not full, say the GWR map, because it doesn't cover anything past Reading. There's limited services. Which calls, you know, like, there's maybe a train every 15-20 minutes from Paddington, which is stupid. In this, because it follows the real life patterns, there's a train every 10 minutes from Brighton, all the way through, which is nice, to have a train every 10 minutes. That's the shuttle there. So that goes from Brighton to Lewes, waits here for about 7 minutes, and then goes back. And if I wanted, I probably could just get out here and join that service and take it instead. That's one of the nice things about Train Sim World, is you can ride services as a passenger, and you can take over AI services whenever you like, in free roam or in this sort of mode. It is pretty cool. We're a little bit early, so just stop gently. Keep this 70, because it goes up to 55 when exiting the station, but not for a little bit. So a little look around, so you can see this train is going, well, it's going to Lewes because it's only just arrived, probably arrived about 2 minutes ago. And then this platform here is for Hayes and Seaford services, and then this platform is not used apart from the, like, it's like an enthusiast's day out service. Sometimes it's a class 40. Sometimes it's a class like 44 or 47, like a nice old train, and other times it's a class 66. I went along, actually, I spawned in at Brighton and took a train here as a passenger to actually get to see the vintage rail tour, and it ended up being a class 66, wasted my morning. It took like 40 minutes to get here. I know that sounds silly, the fact that I've done that inside a game, but oh well. It's part of the fun, and there's another train arriving now. That'll be one either for Seaford or for Hastings or for Orr, depending on which Hastings service it is, because the Hastings one has 2 different branches. Looks like that says Hastings. Yeah. So obviously each service is so the Hastings service is every half hour, but it splits every half hour. So say on, I think it's like, so say I'm making this up in terms of the times, but I'm being serious about the pattern. So say on the o'clock there was a Hastings service. On the past, there would be an Orr service. Very similar stations, just terminating different points. But the map, because the map ends in Eastbourne, there's no difference. And then you've got the services that are like going to Seaford. Again, they're every half hour. And then the services to Lewes are every half hour as well. So that's how you end up with an every 10 minute, or maybe Seaford and Lewes are every 20 minutes, I can't remember, but that's how you end up with a pattern like that. Right, up to full speed now. It's not nice crawling like that. Hopefully we will reach, I'm not sure if we'll reach 55 before the limit, so I'll set that down to 55 for now. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to reach 55 before the limit goes up to 70. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I actually quite like this game. I haven't played it for a bit. Dirt 4's another one. As I said, I haven't played for a while. I would love to do Dirt 4 again quite soon. As I said, I haven't really got time to do it now till next week. And I wanted to do Train Sim World today. So that's why we're doing Train Sim World. Even though I'm positive I set the speed set, it doesn't appear to have done anything. Like, maybe I didn't turn it on. I'm pretty sure I turned it on, but I must have not. But anyway, we're just going to proceed straight to 70 now, because that's what I have to do. So it's 3 miles to Falmer now, so we don't really do much with the controls between now and then. This is a bit of a boring section of track between Lewes and Falmer, where once you get up to 70, it's it. And this is like the main section of the line where you can get the vigilance pedal going off. Apart from that, generally the gap between stations / speed limits is too short, and you have to touch the controls, and that resets the vigilance. Because as far as I'm aware, pressing the horn doesn't reset the vigilance. I don't think it does. So, yeah, I mean, the fact that there's only a train every 10 minutes, red signals are very, very rare. We might get one going into Brighton if there's a clash with a London, because in Brighton there's more trains because there's a London Victoria service and another local service that goes on the other platform. So there's some other services that you can't drive and they disappear off the map straight after leaving Brighton. But to make Brighton station feel a bit busier, they're added in, which is quite cool. And again, another reason why this is a good map is, I mean, there's just more AI. Even if you can't drive them, it's a bit more immersive. It feels like you're in Brighton station rather than Panton. That's my biggest complaint with the GWR, the Great Western map, is there's just not enough AI. Like, you go to Panton station in real life and there's 13 platforms full of trains. You'll be lucky to see 4 platforms full of trains in this, which is just, it's not when you think of Paddington, you think big bustling station, and it's just not what it gets you, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? It's kind of silly because all the trains, pretty much, apart from the Heathrow Express, that leave Paddington end up at Reading, all along that branch line for, along the main line for a good portion of time, apart from the Heathrow services, basically. So the fact that you can't get that is kind of a bit silly. I'm actually really surprised the vigilance hasn't gone off, because I definitely turned it on. Because I haven't pressed the controls for ages. I'm going to have to press them up here though. When we get to about 400 yards, 300 yards actually, because it's quite a slow down. No, yeah, it's only 10 miles per hour. We have to slow down. Then Falmer Station is, I think, through this next, after this next tunnel. So I'm going to start slowing down for that. We're a little bit early, expected obviously. Slow the train down to about 30 miles per hour. The station entry. Here we are. And stop. So we're about a minute early here in Falmer. You can see the passengers going to get on the train. Another nice thing about Train Sim World, the passengers do properly get on the train. Unlike Train Simulator, where they get on and then they just teleport somewhere, who knows where. And passengers exit the station, they get off as well. And obviously you can get out and walk around. This game is vast improvement on Train Sim. They still make maps of Train Simulator. One downside with this being with the better graphics and all that, it's not particularly moddable. So things like the Metropolitan Line add-on that I'm thinking of getting, you can't make something like that. It would look lovely if you could make something like that for this game, but you just can't. So they have to make it for the Train Sim, which is probably why they still develop the Train Sim. So that works, because this doesn't have external modding support whatsoever. And there's a train going to Seaford, so that one is now going back up the route that we've come up. That's the next Seaford train. Because there's only like 2 Seaford services. There's my one that I'm driving, and when this goes to Brighton, it'll go back up to Seaford. But we won't be driving that. So So next station will be Moulsecoombe. As far as I know, it's about 2 miles, yeah. Got that one right. And we'll just go straight up to 70, I think. Because surely by the time we actually get around the area of 60, we will have hit the 70 mile an hour thing. Yeah, by the looks of it, we will have, so. Perfect timing, actually. We hit 60 right on the barrier, so. And this is the speed limit all the way up to Moulsecoombe. And then after Moulsecoombe, it goes down to 55. And then after London Road, it's a beautiful viaduct into Brighton Station. Definitely, if you guys look at that, it's probably one of the best pieces of scenery on this map. If you look at the trailer on Steam, it's, you know, it does advertise the fact that you get to see it. And the speed limit's about 30, I think, over there, and then it's 20 again going into the main sort of complex of Brighton Station. And what I like about train sims, I've never said this like with train sims, but the reason I really like them, you know, like with a driving game, without a steering wheel, it really feels worse. But, I mean, I've never used a controller for train sim, but it just feels nice using a keyboard. It feels okay because of how train controls work. They're not like axes. So using a keyboard just doesn't matter as much. So unlike a driving sim, like say like when you play Euro Truck with arrow keys, it's difficult and it's a bit annoying. Really, it's, you know, the game is vastly improved with something like a steering wheel. But you just don't need a train. You can get train controllers for a game like this, but you just don't really need them. And that's one nice part about train sims. They are more basic. Like, I didn't have to set up anything on my desk. I don't have to buy any extra equipment to get the game to be more immersive. It's fine as it is, because there's no proper axes. It is literally throttle forward, throttle back. And this, again, with train sim, you have to press controls for everything. But if I wanted, I could just get rid of the keyboard and use these, like you would in a real train. I'd need a mouse, but that's what's really cool as well. So we'll close the doors now, about 20 seconds early. Wait for the heads-up display to go blue. And off we go. Up to 55, which is the speed limit on this next bit of the line. Next stop, London Road, about 1.5 miles, isn't it? Something like that. 1 mile. And the speed limit is just 55 now, and then it goes down again after London Road. London Road's quite a quiet looking station because not as many trains stop there. It's only the Loos and the Seaford services. All the others go flying past. So you can see that there's a 30 limit coming up, and that's straight after London Road, and that's why you see that little orange triangle. It's for trains that go speeding through London Road. They would actually have to slow down almost at this point. Again, if you were coming straight from Falmer and you'd gone through Moulsecoombe, a similar thing. You can also see there's a yellow signal now flashing up on our screen. So, another example of the fact that we might get a red signal in Brighton Station. It's to be expected, or at least a yellow. I mean, it might turn green by the time we get there. And there's another train here actually, and this is one that's stopping, so I'm expecting that to be a Loos stopper. It is, I can see on the front of the train. Again, another nice thing is, unlike the GWR map or a lot of other maps, you can't, the heads-up display on the trains, a Class 166 in GWR, does have the ability in real life to set the destination board, and yet in the sim, you can't. But with this, you can change the destination board using the display on the left of me. Obviously, I didn't have to because the game auto set it for me because I was doing a scenario. But I'd click the PIS button and then scroll down to whatever one I needed. And that's how I'd change the destination. It's a cool little thing because you can also do it in a bunch of the new German add-ons now. A lot of the new add-ons, I will say, the GWR add-on, even though I had to buy it, when they released the new Train Sim World sort of version, they rebranded it as 2020. A ton of new trains got included, a ton of new maps got included, and they're the more basic ones. Because when I bought the game originally, it was £20 and you got one map. Now it's £40 and you get like 3 maps. Because it was branded as Train Sim World CSX Heavy Haul when I bought it, and then it was branded as just Train Sim World, and now it's branded as Train Sim World 2020. So technically this game has had 3 different names, if you take it like that, I guess, but it's the same game. It's Train Sim World. Right, off we go. Speed limit is now down to just 30. Across, this is the viaduct I was talking about, or bridge, I think. Isn't a viaduct over water? Oh, I don't know. I think a viaduct might be over water, don't quote me on that one. Like, not totally sure. Yeah, these views, you get to see a lovely part of Brighton. Brighton's a nice city. I have been there, it's very nice. But look, just look at it, it looks really nice. Right, let's slow it down now, because we've got the yellow signal around 20 mph limit. I think that yellow signal is just to get us ready for the station. But you get a nice view of your train and the city in the background. I mean, look at that for a thumbnail. You know, tell me it doesn't look nice, because it looks lovely. And that's what's really good about this game. It is lovely. And you can see how busy Brighton. I mean, we're the 4th train there already. And in Paddington, you'd be lucky to get that in this game. And Brighton is a smaller station than Paddington as well, so it's still a big station. And they've taken out the Gatwick Express as well, so that's another thing you've got to remember. Like, it's only Southern services, there's no Gatwick Express. I think the train just lost, like, brief electric power there as we were switching 3rd rail. Obviously that's expected going into Brighton. And this service on the right of us, that'll be a Lewes shuttle. Or maybe will be a Lewes shuttle, and that'll be a Seaford. I'm pretty sure that we don't swap lines. It'd be kind of nice if we did, to get a bit of variety in there. But they have to do it as the real life timetable states, and if it doesn't say that, then we can't have the sort of swapping lines every now and then. But there will be a train leaving at 11. It leaves at like 11, 10 past 11, 20 past 11. They leave on like the nice rounded time. Yeah, hello guys and welcome to Brighton, where this train terminates. Lovely looking station this, absolutely lovely. We've got 4 trains in, which as I've said is a lot for Train Sim World. We've got Brighton, Brighton, Brighton. They change their destination when they're almost departing, so you can see this one's going to Portsmouth Harbour on a different line, with that line isn't included in this. But you can just look at the detail you get, and you just don't get a detail like that in... I'm using that for a thumbnail. And you can see there, so we were a minute early at New Haven Harbour, so a minute early pretty much the whole way. Stop accuracy was pretty good. The furthest out we were was at London Road by about 5 yards. Which is anything under 5 yards, it doesn't even display on the screen when you're stopping. So anything under 5 is considered perfect, pretty much. So 4.8 is still good. We got a gold medal as well. Really cool. We took 35 minutes and 35 seconds, how exact? So what we'll do now, go to the main menu. Obviously we've still got a bit of time left in our recording, so we'll do something else. How about we have a go at freight services? I'll see what short freight scenario we can do. Timetable, no, not timetable, I'll have a look at the journey. So this is what they do. They go cutting closure. What's that one? How long's that? How long's cutting closure if that involves a class 66? That takes half hour. Provide assistance to an emergency possession at Falmer Tunnel near Lewes. I'd say we've got half hour. So let's do this scenario, which should take us about half hour, and then after that we'll finish up. Hopefully it does actually take half hour, it'd be useful. But once we do cutting closure, then we can finish. So, come on, game. So we're loading at Brighton, I think. Or near Brighton. Oh, it's raining, how nice. Welcome to Brighton. We've called you in to assist an incident occurred overnight near Lewes. Okay. Report came over landslide near one of the tunnels. Engineers are already on site, and this train has been arranged to assist with the clean-up. So, I'm hoping I've got into the right cab. Climb aboard. This is the right one, right? Yeah. So select, navigate to brake cutout. Change the brake time to cut in using the F2 button. Climb aboard, head to the other locomotive and sit in the driver's seat. Okay, that's all we had to do in this locomotive, was it? I'm not totally sure if I've done everything right there. So now we can sprint? Yes, we can. Cool. I don't know why. I'm guessing they're going to load all of the, oh, there's a southern train leaving now. Oh, it's such miserable rain. Why can't we be in the UK and have it not rain? I mean, I know that sounds really funny, because it never happens, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? It wasn't raining earlier, I guess, but that was set weather to be sunny. This isn't. Yeah, this is set to be like this properly, right? Isolation switch to run. I definitely saw an isolation switch when I was going through the cab last time. Hello, isolation switch, where are you? Insert the reverse master key. F3. F2. Hold the automatic bar. Automatic brake in release. Where's the automatic brake? That's it there. In release until the BPC needle, that's the thing there, is at 5. So that's the thing, not centre, it's the thing that says brake pipe control. There, we've reached 5. Game. We've reached 5. This has got a problem because we've reached 5. I'll hold it for a bit longer, but yeah. We've already reached 5 on there. Oh dear, is this breaking now? Something tells me this is slightly broken. It's another one of those. As in, I'm holding it in release, and we're getting absolutely nothing. Great. Do I need to restart, or is this going to be a problem? Because it's already on 5 bar, we can see the pressure here. Great. Right, while I'm busy with that, the game being stupid, I'm just pressing the button that does it for now and hoping that eventually it learns. Stupid game. Please work. Please work. Yeah, something tells me this isn't going to work. I mean, I don't know what it is exactly, but... Right, I'll try going away from 5 and then putting it back in. Okay, this isn't going to work, is it? Right, so exit the current screen and return to the main menu. Yeah, but this is broken, isn't it? Funny game. Sometimes you can get bugs like this. Right, I'll try this scenario once more, and if not, we'll just end the video here. Because something tells me this could be bugged, which can happen. Sometimes with these scenarios, that's just what we end up with, so... Hopefully it'll work this time if we just keep our finger on the button until it goes all the way to 5 instead of waiting a bit and then doing it again. Right, I'm on the lead locomotive. So set now to brake cut out. Change the brake type to cut in using the F2 button. I'm not sure how that does anything. Head to the other locomotive. Right, so this is getting on to where we got last time. Why is it raining? I said this last time, but I'm going to say it again. Me hate rain. I despise rain. Right. I'm coming up to the locomotive now. We'll get in and climb aboard again. Set the isolation switch to run. Insert the reverse master key. Navigate to brake cutout. Change the brake type to cut in using the F2 button. Hold it in release until the BPC needle is at 5 bar. This is what we did last time. Right, I'm holding it all the way this time. Are we going to have anything? Okay, something tells me this could be broken. Have I changed it to... Nah, I think this is broken, this scenario. Unless I'm being stupid, in which case you can point it out in the comments, please. And there's no other brakes that are released, like that are on. I know it should really tell me about those things, but you never know. Okay, sorry guys, I think we may have a problem. What about a brake overcharge? Okay, it doesn't appear that we have any... This could be because I haven't done the tutorial, but I am thinking we hold it in release until the BPC needle, unless there's another needle that looks very similar, but there isn't, in which case it's broken. Look, you can see the brake pad. Okay, so it's broken. Let's just say that. I will look it up actually to see if I'm being stupid. So now there's a couple of comments of people saying that it's bugged, but there doesn't appear to be much of a solution for it. So it looks like it is maybe a bugged scenario or something. I don't totally know. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I mean, I made the last 10 minutes of the video a bit pointless, but oh well. That's, I guess, what you got to deal with, isn't it? There's going to be some bugs, as annoying as they are. We're going to get them. So Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.